Hi everyone. Let's say today's LeetCode problem number 2149. Rearrange array elements by sign. Okay, we have given an zero index integer array nums of even length, like consisting equal number of positive numbers and equal number of negative numbers as well. Okay, we should return the array of nums such that the array follows the given condition. Like every consecutive pair of integers have opposite signs. Like the first one will be the positive, next will be negative, then positive, then negative. In this way. Okay, let's take this example and let's come to the whiteboard. Let's make this color as gray and make it large. If you see, we have to rearrange this array into the first will be 3 and the next element is negative, it should be -2. Then again this one will be the positive, which is 1, and the next one is -5, 2, minus, in this pair, positive negative, positive negative, positive negative. To solve this problem we have two solutions. First one is the brute force and the second one is the optimal solution. So yeah, to solve this problem, we have to take an extra space. Okay, let's say I'll take an extra space called new array of the size of the current array, which is like n. Okay, now what's in your mind first? You will be taking two arrays, two duplicate arrays, like let's say p and n. In p array, what you will be doing? You will be adding all the positive elements in order. Okay, 3, 1, and 2. Right. Similarly, negative. -2, -5, -4. Okay, so you'll be taking one more loop for loop, and you will be adding into the new array. How you will be adding? You will be adding first positive number like p in the new array dot append p of 5. Right. Similarly, after adding one positive, then you will be adding negative array dot append n of 5. If you compare the time complexity, right, this will take big of n. So for adding positive numbers in the positive array, this will take big of n. This will take big of n. So if you add, we have big of n plus big of n plus big of n. We'll be getting big of 3 big of n. Okay, which is similarly similar to big of n itself. If you compare the space complexity, right, for new array we are taking big of n. For again for the positive array we are taking big of n, and again for the negative array we are taking big of n. So we are taking 3 extra space. So what we'll be doing in the optimal solution, we'll be reducing to the only single extra space, which will be big of n, and for the time complexity will also be a big of n. So the for brute force we have time complexity as big of n and space complexity as 3 into big of n, which is comparatively to the big of n cube, right? We are taking 3 extra space over here. Now let's see into the this one optimal solution. What we'll be doing in an optimal solution, we'll create a new array. Let's say NA is equals to array of the size of that element. Okay, into it. Now we'll make positive index as 0, because the first index element will be the positive index and the negative index element will be, let's say, 1. Right. Now see the logic over here. I'll iterate through the loop for I in the array. Okay, the old array. Right. If I is less than 0, means if it is negative, what I'll be doing, I'll be adding into the new array of negative index, right? Negative index to the I element, and I'll increment the negative index plus 2, right? Negative index is equal to negative index plus 2. I'll be updating this one. Similarly, else if I is greater than 0, which means it is positive, then I'll be adding new array of positive index is equals to I, and positive index plus equals to 2. Now see the logic here. I'll just take the example over here. Now let's take an example. Initially we'll be having positive indexes as 0 and negative index as 1. We have taken new extra space, which of size of n. The current size is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Now check for I in array. The current element indicates here. Is 3 greater than 0? Yes. It will go inside the else condition. Is 3 is greater than 0? Yes. In the new array, what is the position of index pi, which is 0? In 0, I'll add 3 here. And I'll increment position plus equals to 2. What is the position right now? 0 plus 2 will be 2 here. So the next element is 1. Is 1 greater than 0? Yes, it is greater than 0. It will go to the else condition. Now if you see why we are maintaining this positive index and negative index here, if you see here, what is the pi now? Pi is 2. Correct. new array of 2 will be I. Second index, like zeroth index, first index, and second index. Second index will be I. What is I? We have 1 over here. If you see, the positive pair will be, like the number pair in the array will be positive and negative. This positive, this one will be negative, this one will be positive. So we are maintaining positive index and negative index. If you see the next element, which is -2, is -2 less than 0? Yes, it is less than 0. So in the new array, what is the index? Index is 1. I'll be adding here -2, and I'll increment 1 plus 2 will be 3 here. Similarly, I'll be moving here -5. Is -5 less than 0? Yes, it is a negative number. And what is the index element to be pushed? Which is 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. -5, and it will be increment +2. Right. Now, what is the next element? We have next element as 2. Is 2 greater than? Yes, it is a positive element. And what is the index number over here? Which is 4 here. Sorry, to update here. I have to update here. 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the -4 will be over here. If you see, we have taken only one extra space, which is big of n, and time complexity as big of n. So this is an optimized solution. Let's solve this problem in the LeetCode. Take the problem in the LeetCode. Okay. Let's say I have a new array and I'll have zero index, like a zero element, and I'll just get the length of nums. Okay. And I have to maintain positive index as 0. The first element will be the positive number and the negative index as 1, the next element. Okay. Now, for I in nums, what I'll be doing, if I is less than 0 means I is negative number, then I'll add negative ni is equals to the current element, and I'll implement ni plus equals to 2, the next to next. Then else it is pakka, it is like positive number, then what I'll be doing in the new array, positive index will be I, and positive index plus equals to 2, and return the new array. That's all. Let's run first. Let's submit. Okay. We have used big of n. We have used big of n for the time complexity as well as for the space complexity.